Entry 19. Scared. Trigger warning. More suicide. Long video. Uncertainty. Lots of venting. Depressing vibes. Cave Town. January 22nd. It's noon now, and I ended up skipping class. I stayed up until 3 a.m. finishing writing entry 18, and I don't know what to do with it now. I was going to be extra and animate it. I asked my friends for their favorite songs, so when I talked about them in their individual sections, they would have their favorite songs playing, to show how different and unique and beautiful all my friends are, shown by their song choices. But I don't know if I have the energy for that now. It took all my energy writing it. And when I woke up this morning, I got this long text from my best friend, who typed up their journal entries from the last month for me to read. And in the last entry, they said they were scared. They were scared of knowing there might not be anything they can do to prevent losing me. And that scares me. It scares me knowing that I've scared the person I care about the most. And I guess my fear with publishing the last entry is that it'll scare them more. I love my friends, more than anything. More than life itself. More than death too, to an extent, which is why I've stayed so long. That's why this suicidal period hurts more, because of all the people I'd be leaving behind if I followed through. I think making that last entry was my trying to rationalize and giving myself permission to go, because at least I'd be leaving something behind for my friends. But I don't want to cause them pain, especially not my best friend. My first friend, as they mentioned too. They were my first friend, and I was their first friend, and that's such a special connection to have with someone, and I don't want to throw that away. It's now the next day, January 23rd. I have two options for tonight. Either go to the bar and get drunk for a goth night, or go to an AA meeting. Not sure which choice to make so far. I chose the bar. I'm in the bathroom counting the pills in the bottle in my pocket. 36. That's how many there are. Which is interesting because that's my favorite number. Please God, let me rest. Please God, give me peace. I feel like I'm a dead man walking. I'm just a little kid with a big death wish. I don't know what's going to happen after I finish this video, and that scares me. I feel like I'm just a scared kid. I'm scared of dying, but I'm even more scared of staying alive. It's terrifying not knowing if I'm going to be alive in 3 months, or even 3 weeks or 3 days at this point. Every time I walk, I hear the rattle of the pills in my pocket, and I wonder who else can hear it. It's been almost 2 weeks at this point, and every single day I've been walking around with the same bottle of pills in my pocket. The rattling of pills sounds like a death march. I keep saying that I can't kill myself until I finish this video, and I keep making more videos, so I don't know if that's a sign of something. Each sentence is a new drawing. I've reached a point where making these animations has become a burden, but it's a burden I must continue. I don't know when my last video will be. I guess whenever I stop writing. I don't want to leave anything left unsaid or in the drafts. It's terrifying when your mind has become your own worst enemy. These videos have become my main source of anxiety, but also my anchor. There's so much I'm unsure of, and there's so much I'm scared of. I know I'm in a dangerous place right now, and that scares me. It scares me knowing that I can't even be sure if I can even trust myself. It's scary when your worst enemy becomes your own two hands. January 26. Been working on animating entry 18. Didn't think it would take this long to still be working on. My friends back home have been stopping me from working on it by keeping me busy. They don't know this or about the video note though. Started watching Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood yesterday. It's a kid's show, but it's really calming. was weird watching a kids show while working on my suicide note, but I guess that's life sometimes. I wish I didn't try to kill myself before in the past, because sometimes living after an attempt feels like smoking a relit cigarette. It doesn't hit the same way as it does before. January 27th. It's the next day again, and I keep getting distracted from finishing entry 18, because every time me and my best friend call, I always get distracted laughing about stupid shit with them to work on anything. I'm not complaining about them distracting me because I enjoy our calls. Usually it's the only time I laugh or smile all day. I have another appointment today with the resident life manager, and I always get so nervous for these appointments because I'm so worried I'm going to get the cops called on me and sent to the hospital. I mean, I'm not saying they wouldn't have a reason to at this point, hence why I'm nervous about it, because I know that he would be well within his means to call. And I am afraid. I am scared. I'm really scared about hospital beds and rejection that comes from being sent home when you're trying to get help. I hate lying. I hated lying through my teeth last Friday when he asked what kind of writing I was doing. Because as much as I wanted to be honest, I knew if I told him I was writing a suicide note that he'd probably call someone. I mean, I would probably call someone if I was in his shoes. That's why I'm not mad with my CL at all for last week for calling the cops, because I most likely would have done the same if I was in his position. The thing that's really funny in a fucked up, not funny kind of way is that me and my CL took the same assist workshop in September. I guess the one up/downside, depending on how you look at it with taking the assist workshop, is that I now know exactly what not to say to avoid being stopped. It's weird how it's almost February. I swear this month has lasted forever. Thought I'd be dead by now. I think so far this is my most calculated suicide plan. Not in the sense where I have a date set, but in the lead up towards it. With all these notes and animations I'm leaving behind. I can't leave an entry left undone. That's why I've been pushing myself to do more and more drawings. Which I guess has also come at the expense of my schoolwork, but I mean, even last year I was still struggling to not fail, so I feel even if I wasn't doing these videos, I would still not be doing my schoolwork. January 29th. I'm scared for what's going to happen when I finish these 2 videos. I suppose this is also another note to an extent. Note part 2, I guess. I know what's going to happen when I finish it. I also know firsthand how painful suicide attempts can be. That's not what scares me. What scares me is the uncertainty with it. Will I succeed, or will it just be another attempt? Will I regret it, or will the pain finally stop? And what about my friends? How will they respond to these videos? I don't know. All I know is that I'm scared. I'm scared of dying, but I'm even more scared of staying alive. I'm not fucking around with suicide. Not like before. This time if I attempt, it'll be with the intention of actually dying. I think that's what makes this time more scary, because unlike my last attempts where I was half expecting to be found or to fail, this time it's more contrived. It's a lot more calculated. Which is why I'm putting in all this effort into making these videos, because I'm not so sure I'm going to fail this time. And I want to leave something behind for my friends, because I love them all so much, and I want them to know that. Even if it's taking every ounce of energy left in me to draw this out and write these words down. I've reached a point where I don't know if I can call these suicidal thoughts anymore. A thought implies there's a chance to change it, and right now I don't think there's anything that can talk me out of making this decision. It's no longer a thought, but rather a plan. And it's scary because I don't know how it's all going to end. I'm going to take the bottle of pills I've been walking around with in my pocket for the last few weeks. That much I know. But what happens after, that remains a mystery and a question. February 1st. Been listening to this song a lot today while working on entry 18. On the last song for it now, then I'll be done. Didn't think it would take like almost 2 weeks to finish, but it'll be so nice when it's finished. I feel like this is the most amount of effort someone has put into a suicide note. Hannah Baker has nothing on me now. I don't know what's going to happen when I upload that video and also this video. Probably the police. I'm guessing people will probably call the police on me again. Hopefully the bottle of pills I've been carrying in my pocket these last 3 weeks mixed with some vodka will be enough. I don't really know what I'm doing with my life anymore, or what I even want out of life but to end it. Like I mentioned before, I've been in therapy since I was like 7 for having these thoughts. Maybe it was naive of me to think that there was even a need to separate from my suicidal tendencies. I think I've reached a point where I don't care anymore. If I die, I die, and maybe if I survive, it'll turn out okay in the end. Doubt it though, because if I go through with it, this will be attempt number 32. It'll be 2 years in April since my last attempt, which is a new record for me. But still, it's so disheartening because no matter what I do, and no matter where I go, I always end up back here. I don't know, at least I'm animating, I guess. I always wanted to make animations like these, so I guess at least I'm able to die after learning how to do the things I wanted to. After I'm done the last video and this video, I'll be able to go. The only reason why I've stayed this long is because I don't want to leave anything left unfinished. I wonder what me 2 years ago would say about me now, because I know she was starting to struggle around this time too. I don't know. I'd probably tell her that I know it's bad now, but it won't be that bad forever. Because eventually, things will get so much worse. At least the one thing about staying alive this long is I get to see all the different ways I self-destruct, and I can watch as my life slowly burns around me. Every time I think I've reached rock bottom, I find a shovel and start digging myself into an even deeper hole.
It's lovely in the evening time, but every time I close my eyes, the sunshine gets a little dimmer now. Life's alright in Devil Town.
February 2nd. I've been drawing so much I was even animating in my dreams. I was kind of pissed actually because I woke up this morning after drawing in my dream just to find out that the drawing I was working on didn't actually exist because I made it in a dream. This is probably one of my favorite Cavetown songs if you couldn't tell. I like how each version has their own vibe to it. Been listening to Cavetown since I was 17. Honestly, I'm surprised it took me this long to start transitioning. As soon as I picked up the ukulele and started listening to Cavetown, I should have known. I really am the walking ukulele playing depressed 21 Pilots Cavetown mother MCR fan trans guy stereotype. And yes, I did also used to watch Dan and Phil and Steven Universe. And was also obsessed with Undertale and Onision and My Little Pony in middle/high school. I love how the difference between trans masc music and trans femme music is that trans femme music is screaming into a mic with construction noises in the background, while trans masc music is singing sad songs on a ukulele.
Don't like living in a dirty town, don't like living in a dirty town. I don't like living in a dirty town, cause a dirty town gets me down. Life's alright in a dirty town.
It's an hour to February 3rd now, and I'm finally done the animation. It feels like such a relief to have it done, but also a fear. I feel both scared and at peace, because I know finishing my note means I'm one step closer to suicide and death. I think the unknown is what scares me the most. Not knowing what happens after you die, and also not knowing how people will react. Also didn't expect it to be almost 50 minutes long. I think that's the longest animation I've ever made. Figures it's a suicide note. This is definitely the most amount of effort I put into a suicide note. I wonder if there's a world record for longest suicide note.
Town is colder in the summertime. I'll lose my mind at least another 1,000 times. Hold my hand tight, we'll make it another night.
February 3rd. We used to listen to this song together when I was a kid. I remember this song and Glory Bound were our two songs. We used to always listen to those two albums together all the time. I'm really drunk right now and should probably stop texting my mom when I'm drunk. I don't get it. We used to be so close. What happened? Did I change? Did she change? Or did we both change? Why do I still keep hoping that she'll believe me? It's been 6 years. I know she won't, but I still keep hoping. At least I have these songs to remind me of better times. I know it sounds toxic, but a part of me hopes she has to deal with the pain of losing a child, because maybe then she'll understand my tears. I'm allowed to say I hope her kid dies because she's my mom and I'm an only child. Maybe she'll believe me then. I just wish she could believe me. I wonder if anyone has ever cried the same tears as me or bled the same blood as me. February 4th. It's the next day and I'm still drunk almost 24 hours later. It started off as one beer a night, but it never really is just one beer, is it? Before I knew it, I was taking shots from a bottle of vodka just to leave my bed. And in only a few months too. That's how quickly it progressed. I blame myself. I hate myself every time I drink, and I drink every day. I want to be sober, but I don't right now, because I'm scared and I know there's a reason why I drink. And I'm too scared right now to be sober and deal with those inner demons that I drink to avoid. I don't even know how much I drink anymore. I've been drinking to the point where I wake up and I'm still drunk from the night before. And despite that, I still drink more and more. We were supposed to call the other night, me and my mom. But we didn't because I was scared. I was scared of myself and that I'd start talking to my mom about the things that I'm not allowed to talk about. I told her I ghosted her because I'm in such an emotional state where I knew I couldn't handle her talking about my stepdad and blaming me for what happened. She said to not mind read her, but then she went on a rant talking about my stepdad and blaming me for what happened. She mentioned how I sat on his lap, but I was 16 and I thought it was okay and normal at the time because he made it seem like it was okay and normal at the time. I haven't been able to be physically affectionate with pretty much anyone since then, which sucks a lot because that is my love language. But I'm so scared now of something bad happening again that I avoid it because I'm scared and I don't want it to be my fault again. And my stepdad isn't a bad guy either. I love him as much as I hate him. He has caused me an equal amount of pain as he has joy and love, which makes this whole thing more complicated. And I hate complicated. I wish love could be easy and simple. I think that's what made leaving my ex-boyfriend so hard, because I now only know love if there's pain too. That's what makes my friendship so complicated, and I don't know how to love anyone without pain anymore. Still February 4th. I don't know how to feel life without pain. I'm not sure what else to say, especially after knowing that these may be my final words. I guess that I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all the pain that I've caused. Although I doubt that there's even all that much pain to be caused because I think so little of myself. I just wanted to say that I was sorry that I couldn't stay. I'm trying so hard. I tried so hard. And I'm sorry that it wasn't enough. Really, truly, and deeply, I apologize. I had a nice phone call with a friend today, and he showed me this video talking about the fear of the dark, and then another one talking about the fear of the depth. Both videos mentioned death and the call of the void, which was fitting to watch while drawing what is basically a suicide note. My friend didn't know this fact, though. He's a good friend, another one from childhood. I met him at his 6th birthday party a couple days before I turned 9. Our birthdays are only a couple days apart. Reconnected with him almost 6 years ago, and he's remained a constant presence since. When we first met, he was just my friend's younger brother who annoyed me. Because when you're a kid, 3 years is a big age gap. But once we found each other again in high school, he became one of my closest friends. Thanks for calling and sharing those videos with me, friend, and by extent this song, because it was playing at the end of the last video we watched. Well, not this specific version, because this is the original version of the song, and the one playing was a cover from a video game. But I wouldn't have found it without you regardless. This was the cover song that played before. The original version is more upbeat, which is why I chose it as opposed to this one. Because this video is already depressing enough as it is, what with it being a suicide note and all. But this version is so pretty too that it deserves to be heard as well. I guess that's all anybody wants really, to be heard. It's depressing and sad, but in a comforting way. I don't know who's going to see this, or hear my words. I guess that's all I ever wanted to be seen and heard. Probably why I've been spending so much time and effort on these last couple videos, as a last attempt to have my voice be heard and listened to. I'm not sure how long this video is even going to be. I don't think it'll be as long as my last video, but it definitely won't be short. The closer I get to the ending, the more scared I feel, but also the more relieved and at peace I am. If that makes sense? I don't know if that makes sense, or if really any of this makes sense. All I know is that I'm hurting bad and I want the hurt to stop. And I'm tired. I'm so tired of years spent being in pain. When I was younger, I was more hopeful that things could get better one day, but I'm not so sure now.
Angels beckon me to. We were playing in the sand.
February 5th. At least I got to see the snow again. It snowed a lot on Monday, so I've had 2 consecutive days off from school, which was how I was able to get so much drawing done. Just been sitting in my room for the last few days doing nothing but drawing, and going outside to see the snow. I miss the snow a lot. This is the first time it snowed all winter, which is weird for me being from Manitoba where it snows for like 6 months of the year. Also weird how they shut everything down here in BC for what's a typical winter day back home in the prairies. Here's a photo of what I look like in real life if anyone is curious. This is the outfit I wear pretty much every day that I've been using as a reference. It's still the same scarf, I'm just severely depressed right now, which is why everything in this video is pretty much in black and white. I wanted to choose this song as one of the last ones, because the original version of it was played in the beginning of the video. Like a way of coming full circle. Hopefully I'll be at peace soon. I'm not sure what happened now, or what's left for me to do, or if there's anything left for me to say. I just want to be at peace. I want to feel free like a tree, becoming one with the ground and the dirt. But the things that make leaving so hard are the roots I have, like with a tree. Could I have made it if I tried harder? Can I still make it if I try harder? I don't know much anymore. All I know is that I can't continue in this way. It can't continue like this. Had to take a break because I attempted on the 7th. I'm not sure what to do with the words that I've written, or with the art that I have drawn. Do I have more left to stay still? Do I have more things to draw? And is this really what I want? Or just what I think I want? Because it's familiar to me. As I've said in previous videos, there's comfort in the familiar, especially if you're like me and find comfort in the pain. especially if that's all you really know. Happiness is uncomfortable. I think sometimes I purposely self-destruct because on some level I feel like I deserve this, like I deserve to be in pain, and I don't know how to feel anything else. February 6th. Can I learn to be alright? It's past 4:30 a.m. now, and I've been up all night editing this video, yet I still keep adding more. I don't know why I keep adding to it. Will I be fine? Or will these thoughts all catch up to me one day? I thought I had my mind made up. I guess not entirely if I still feel scared. I know once I do this that I can't take it back, and that's another thing that scares me. The finality of it all. Is this just something dumb I'm saying? Or do other people understand what I say too? The feeling of life losing its love. I'm tired of feeling like I'll lose my mind. I wonder if this song is right and will make it another night. Are new things always going to scare me? Can I feel safe again? And who else has fallen this way too? I don't know if I want to be dead, and that scares me. I still have the bottle of pills in my pocket. It's been almost 4 weeks now since I found it, and the pills still sound like a death march every time I walk. I still wonder who else hears the sound. I've forgotten who I am without this pain again. Is there something worth finding? When life gets colder. And have you fallen this way too? Still February 6th. I feel bad about leaving class half an hour early, despite the fact that my counseling appointment isn't for another hour and is also on campus. I just can't focus right now. A part of me is thinking about being honest for once because I'm so fucking tired of lying all the time, but I'm scared for what the end result will be if I tell the truth. I feel like telling my counselor that I'm planning on taking myself out next week on Valentine's Day will probably lower my chances of being allowed to leave after. I don't know. I guess I've just reached a point where I'm tired of constantly having to skirt around answering questions directly and honestly. Because like what the title of this video suggests, I'm scared. I'm trying to make it another night, but it's so hard, and I'm so tired, and I'm so scared. Sitting in my dorm room now, hours later, trying not to act on my thoughts. And it's scary because I don't want to die, but I don't know how to stop myself. And it feels like I'm drowning. And I don't know how to keep my head afloat. I want to take the pills so bad, but I know the moment I do, I will regret it. Friday, February 7th, 2025, 5:20 p.m. I'm low-key tripping balls right now, in the emergency room after taking 3 dozen quetiapine. I feel like shit, and like I'm going to pass out. At least one of the paramedics let me go outside for a smoke. Didn't stand up at all, I got wheeled outside in the chair. The bright red emergency sign was very aesthetic with the white snow around me. I'm so tired. I guess that's what happens when you take a bunch of sleeping meds. After I took the first 18, I texted my CL, and then I walked from the smoke pit by the caf to the dorms, taking the other 18 like candy. Drank like 3 monsters, which is what I used to take the pills with. Never thought I would take a bunch of pills in the cafeteria gender-neutral washroom. Really let my intrusive thoughts win. Guess my thoughts got away from me with that one. They keep calling me she here, which is so great. I love being trans and getting misgendered constantly. Saturday, February 8th, 2025, 9:48 p.m. I want to fucking kill myself. I'm not allowed to have my iPad, sketchbook, or even my headphones. The headphones part confuses me because they're wireless. I'm allowed my phone, which is what I'm writing on now. I can't handle the quiet. It makes my mind wander to some bad places.
Every time I close my eyes, the sunshine gets a little dimmer now.
Sunday, February 9th, 2025. My hand still hurts from where they put the IV in, probably because they forgot to take the IV out. I'm back in the dorms now, and I'm still feeling high as shit from all those pills. My head hurts, and I'm dizzy and disorientated. I think I'll avoid attempting suicide again, because my last attempt a couple of days ago was scary as hell. My hand also hurts from last night when I had a panic attack and started crying after writing here last and ended up scratching the shit out of my hand. The last couple days have been really scary. On Friday night, I kept having these dreams where my friends all messaged me on Discord and Facebook Messenger after finding out I attempted suicide, saying that they didn't want to be my friend anymore. One of my good friends said that I made her fiance, my best friend, cry a lot because of entry 18, and that they both decided not to be my friend anymore because of that video. My friend who showed me the Why We Are Afraid of the Dark video said he's been distant from me because he thought I was too much as well. One of my other homies said that he only talked to me so he could talk shit about me to other people, and actually thought I was really annoying this whole time. Those were all separate dreams too. Like, I'd wake up from one dream and keep checking my notifications, and I felt so relieved every time it turned out that nobody texted me. But then I'd fall asleep, and the next dream would continue, and it felt so real. Every time I woke up in the hospital bed, I kept checking my messages. I also could have sworn I heard people I knew from school talking in the hallway, but I was actually just tripping out. I also kept having dreams that my best friend commented on the entry 18 video, saying that they had to talk to Kay, the letter my mom's name starts with. And when I woke up, I kept refreshing the video and was relieved to not see any comments. Monday, February 10th. Called with my best friend last night while drawing images of trees. They were very kind and told me that if I came back home, they'd make space for me to stay there, and they lit up the fridge with my favorite non-alcoholic drinks. I feel guilty about what I did still. I still feel dizzy from the pills. At least I can tell what's real now. I'm still so fucking high though. Can't stop shaking and my heart is beating fast. Still have the stickers on my chest, the hospital band on my right wrist, and the IV in my left hand. I think suicide is my addiction. It's a fucked up addiction, I know, but there's just something so addicting about being on the edge of life and death, feeling like you have control over your destiny, plus the adrenaline rush that comes with trying to take your own life. 1 year and 10 months exactly to the date. Couldn't even make it 2 years. I hate myself so fucking much. I was looking at my texts to people that I sent on Friday nights, and they were very incoherent. 8:36 p.m. I feel like the high from the pills is starting to come down. Now I'm only left with pain. That's probably why my hand is starting to hurt from the IV, because I'm coming back to my senses. It hurts so bad. Not just that, but it's like every wound has reopened now, and I'm left bleeding on the floor. I'm scared of so much. I'm scared of being alone, and I'm scared of being with people. I'm scared of going home, and I'm scared of staying here. Still February 10th, for another 29 minutes. 11:31 p.m. I was talking to Father Shrek today, and he commented on my voice being deeper. I've noticed over the last few days that it's suddenly gotten deeper. He noticed that too because we called on the 7th after I got into the hospital bed and attached to all those wires. Damn, guess all it took was trying to off myself to get my voice to drop. Or maybe it's because I've been listening to nothing but Cave Town these last few days. As you can see, the trigger warning for Cave Town was warranted. I've been thinking about leaving in the next couple weeks to go home. I mean, considering the fact that it's already been over a month into the semester and I've only submitted like one assignment and that was an open book quiz, it's probably safe to assume at this point that if I stay, I'll most likely fail. At least if I drop out now, I won't get an F probably. Also, I'm now at daily check-ins with the resident management. Love how it went from once every 2 weeks to twice a week to once a day. Tuesday, February 11th, 12:09 p.m. Well, guess I'm now a university dropout. Add that to the list of regrettable life decisions I've made. Officially dropped my classes today. Also got my IV taken out finally. 1:20 p.m. Booked my plane ticket. In 2 weeks and 3 days from now, I'll be on a plane back home. I feel disappointed in myself. 5 or 6 classes. That's all I need left for my diploma. Couldn't even tough it out for another year. This feels like when you're a kid and you end up calling your mom in the middle of the night at a sleepover to come pick you up. 2:29 p.m. The high from the quetiapine has almost worn off, and now I feel like I've jumped into a cold lake, and I feel the force of hundreds of knives stabbing into my skin. The depression is suffocating. February 12th, 11:32 p.m. Sorry I haven't drawn anything in the last couple days. Yesterday my friend came over and helped me clean, and then I made him watch like an hour worth of old videos from when I was like 11. Today was interesting. Mom texted at like 2 a.m. and said words that hurt like daggers. But it was okay, because I called with my best friend for over 4 hours today. At one point during the call, Father Shrek joined for like 40 minutes, and it felt weird having both of my friends talking to each other about different ways of supporting me when I come back home. I was quietly sitting there while the three of them talked about how they could best support me in a couple weeks when I'm back. When I say weird, I mean weird in the way where it feels like I'm being seen in the ways I never was when I was a kid. Then after the phone call ended, I called my other friend, and we called for like an hour and a half. I've called with 6 people tonight. One of them was a 20-minute call during a smoke break intermission with the 4-hour call, but it was still really nice talking with her again. And it feels so nice having so many people that care. Friday, February 14th, 9:40 p.m. Happy Valentine's Day. Hung out with my favorite professor today at a march and smoked cigarettes with her sister. Leaving to go to Victoria for the week because I want to make the most of my last 2 weeks here. 2 more weeks exactly. I am terrified. People talk about how scary moving halfway across the country can be, but I'm finding that moving back home is scarier. I've been back to visit a bunch, but it's different now knowing that it's a one-way flight this time. Today was nice, I guess. I did the same thing I did 4 years ago with the passive-aggressive Valentine's Day cards and handed them out. People seemed to think they were funny. When I had that fight with my mom the other day, I ended up telling her that I attempted last week. She didn't even ask if I was okay, or seem to really care. It's been 2 days, and she still hasn't asked how I'm doing. I'm more disappointed in myself for feeling sad about it. February 15th, 10 a.m. Being suicidal as an adult is so different from being suicidal as a kid. especially as a lonely teen. Because now, instead of being left with the what ifs and maybes, you're left with what you'd be leaving behind. There's actually consequences now if you did leave. People who you love that would be affected by your disappearance. There are many more consequences now if I do kill myself than before. There's more people who would be affected. The thoughts remain, but it's harder to leave now. Sunday, February 16th, 10:53 p.m. The thing I love about having multiple traumatic memories in the past is that sometimes when I get flashbacks, I feel all of it simultaneously. Like I can feel him touching me with the taste of charcoal in my throat, my lips burning from the bleach, stomach pains from multiple overdose attempts, neck sore from the noose wrapped around it, wrists hurting from secretly slashing barcodes, all at once like a mosaic of pain. Hearing my mom screaming at me that nothing happened and I imagined it, finding out my cat accidentally died in the dryer, while also sitting in my grandmother's kitchen on my sweet 16th with her body laying in the hallway draped in a white bedsheet, waiting for the coroner to come and take her away. I always wanted my sweet 16th to be memorable. Didn't think it would be keeping me up at 3 a.m. kind of memorable though, so be careful what you wish for, I guess. Tuesday, February 18th, 1:25 a.m. I like how this has slowly evolved into a diary. Didn't expect this video to be so long either, I apologize. 1:11 p.m. Sometimes I'll go a couple days without drinking and I'll think, oh shit, maybe I'm not an alcoholic after all and I don't have a drinking problem. Then I'll have a drink, and that one beer turns into 3. Then I'll wake up the next day and open another can before I even see the light of day. And I'll lie, of course, if anyone asks if it's a problem. Not just to them, but to myself too. I hate how easy beer makes life feel. I hate how much alcohol takes the edge off things. But mostly I hate myself for taking the easy way out by numbing all my problems with liquor. I feel as if I've started drowning in my own pains and I've forgotten how to swim. It's not land, and I know it's not even a life preserver, but at least booze makes me forget about all the water around me. When I tried to kill myself last week, it was when I was sober. When I'm drunk, it blocks those dark thoughts out. Wednesday, February 19th, 9:55 p.m. Drank too much. Now I'm drunk. Probably gonna drink more though. I'm on reading break, which is why I'm in Victoria. Although I guess it's an extended reading break because I dropped out. It's just a really long break. I'm excited to see my friends back home again, but I'm also terrified with what going home brings. I'm scared I'll attempt again, and I know sharing this video means my best friend will see. I trust my best friend though, which also scares me, because I'm still not used to having people I can trust. Trusting people scares me because that means I have something to lose, especially when it's with people I've known for years. There's years and years worth of memories that I'm at risk of losing, and that scares me. And I don't know if it's just the wine and cheap beers talking, but I'm terrified of fucking things up. Hence why I ghosted for like a month. Genuinely, my best friend has been a lifeline for me, and that scares me because trusting people is scary. Every time I think of killing myself, I always think of my best friend. I can't hurt them. I love them too much to hurt them, and I know if I died it would hurt them. I don't want to hurt my best friend. I don't know what I did to deserve them. They are my dream best friend in every way. And to add to that, they were the first friend I ever made. Literally knew each other since we were in diapers. I'm so scared I'll fuck things up just by being me. At least in death, it only leaves them with good memories. But it also leaves them with pain and the shame. And I can't leave them that way. So I guess I'll stay another day. Even though I don't quite know what else to say. They're so kind, and my troubles they don't mind. And I feel guilt about that, because even though when I'm out of whack, they're still there for me no matter what. Friday, February 21st, 1:44 p.m. You know you had a good shower when there was an earthquake and you didn't even notice. or find out until after you get out and read the emergency alert text. I'm back in the dorms now. I have to go to the dorm resident people soon though to check in because of 2 weeks ago. 1 more week exactly until I'm on my way back home. I feel fear. Also had another very pleasant conversation with my mom last night and this morning. It definitely doesn't make me want to kill myself even more when she hits me with the "you really wanted to move schools" line and questioning that summer. And also bringing up more traumas from my past to throw back in my face. Who needs good morning texts? Wednesday, February 26th, 11:26 p.m. What better way of spending my last night in the dorms than sitting here in bed, getting drunk, listening to songs from the 1930s. Also, apparently, if I was in Winnipeg last night, my best friend would have invited me to a concert. A Cavetown concert. Thursday, February 27th, 5:57 p.m. Sitting outside on the infamous bench for one last smoke before my mom's friend picks me and all my stuff up. I started working on rewriting the script for the video Trees that I made like 4 years ago now. Originally, I had one of my friends voice the therapist lines and I voiced the girl, but I'm adding more to the therapist lines and I'm planning on redrawing it because it's been 4 years now and my art skills have definitely improved since then. And it'll be cool because my voice has also changed, so it'll be like a conversation with my 18-year-old self. I was going through a lot of shit when I first made that video. Should probably finish this video first because it's been like, a month since I started it? So, I guess it's my last night now, huh? This whole video has been one big roller coaster, I'm afraid. I don't even know how long it'll be. Rip my iPad storage, I guess. And to think, I was going to make it even longer. I have like 4 other versions of Deviltown I was going to add. I might end it here though. To clarify, the video, not my life. Considering the last video I made, and the start of this one, I feel like I should state that just so I don't get the cops called on me again. Especially if I want to start working on the revised Trees video because animation isn't quick, and I don't want to be overwhelmed with too many projects. It'll be nice being in a big city again. Never realized how big of a city Winnipeg is until I moved away. The only other city I had really been in before I moved was Toronto, and compared to Toronto, everything is small, because it's basically multiple cities crammed into one. One of the profs here said that Winnipeg has a bigger art and theater scene than BC does, which is funny because that's why I moved to BC to begin with. Guess I just didn't see it until I went away. Sunday, March 2nd, 10:52 p.m. It was weird waking up this morning and not still feeling dizzy from the night before. One of the first times in a while I woke up sober. I only had one 5% drink last night, and for me that's not even a buzz at this point because I'm used to chugging at least 2 or 3 8% beers a night. I've been sober all day, and I'm starting to think about things I don't want to think about and remember things I drink to forget. Got to spend the day with my best friend though, which was nice. Even though I'm still low-key going through withdrawals and I want to peel my skin off. We watched Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Squeakquel tonight after we got back from the mall because my best friend said that the guy who interviewed them at their job interview today looks like Uncle Ian from the movie. It was fun watching that movie with them again. We originally saw it in the movie theater together back in like 2009 when we were 7. Fuck, I want to drink so bad right now. But I also don't want to be a shitty alcoholic friend. Monday, March 3rd, 2:11 a.m. I've just been sitting here for these last couple of hours working on the drawings and stuff for this video. I'm still working on the one from Valentine's Day, if that goes to show how far behind I am. Sorry I've been kind of slacking this last month on drawing. I don't know why I haven't been doing much art lately. I dropped out of university, so I have more time, which also means I should be doing more art because I have no excuse now. I hate being sober. And I hate myself for how much I hate being sober. I feel angrier and sadder and more fucked up when I'm not drunk. The shadows at the back of my mind coming out of the crevices to strangle me. I don't want to be sober, but I also don't want to disappoint my friends. I mostly just don't want to think anymore. Not about dropping out, not about how I'm technically homeless and relying on the couches of kind friends. I don't want to think about my dead cat from last May, all my failed friendships from this past year. I don't want to think about my mom and stepdad and how much I miss them both so much despite the pain they've caused. About how this is my third night back and neither one has asked how the flight was or even how I'm doing. Oh, never mind. I just checked my Facebook messages and apparently my mom did send me a text like 7 hours ago saying she hopes I'm safe and doing okay. At least that's something, I guess. I don't want to think about how much I want to end my life, despite the love and support of my friends. I don't want to think about how guilty that makes me feel. How sometimes it feels like the lives of all my friends would be easier without me around to be a burden. And I also don't want to think about how long this video is going to be. 5:36 p.m. I feel so weak. I'm trying so hard not to have a drink right now, and I feel so pathetic because of how hard it is. Especially because I'm at a place right now where they sell alcohol, and I have an hour to kill before I'm supposed to be going over to my friend's place. And I want to respect said friend's boundaries by staying sober before going over. But I feel like I'm such a shitty person because I'm struggling so fucking much right now with staying sober. Thursday, March 13th, 2025, 12:04 a.m. Sorry if I've been neglectful in both the recordings and the writing/drawing of this video. It's been a transition being back. Also been hard trying to be sober. I think the most I've made it without a drink has been like 3 days, but I always seem to cave. I hate how easy alcohol makes everything feel. It's weird being back. It's weird how familiar everything seems to feel. Also the flatness and lack of hills and mountains. It's been almost 2 weeks now since I've been back. I've been trying my best to be sober, not just for me, but mostly for my friends, because I'm scared they'll be disappointed in me if I drink. I'm trying to be honest, though, with how much I drink, and I'm trying my best to cut down, but fuck, it's so hard. And I feel guilty about not being honest about my true feelings, with how I'm still feeling the same way I felt last month after my attempt. The only reason why I haven't attempted again is because I'm technically homeless and relying on my friends for a place to stay, and I don't want to hurt myself at a friend's place because then they'll have to deal with the mess and burden of it all. Even an unsuccessful attempt still leaves behind baggage, and I don't want to do that to my friends. I don't want to take their hospitalities for granted. There's so much right now, so many little things piling up, like my guitar that I lost when I came to my best friend's place from the airport, and my phone that stopped working last weekend, and I guess also seeing my mom again tomorrow after several months, and also the whole aftermath of my attempt last month, as well as all the things that led up to it. My mind feels like a boulder is crushing me, or multiple rocks piling on, and I'm just waiting for the pebble to land that breaks me. Also, sorry if there's any background noise. I'm recording this at almost 1 p.m. on a Tuesday on my best friend's porch. Tuesday, April 8th, 4:59 p.m. Damn, only took like 2.5 months, but I'm almost done. Just finished drawing the previous entry, so I just have to record that one and then finish this conclusion one. Yesterday is what would have been the 2-year anniversary of my attempt in the forest. If I wasn't a dumbass 2 months ago and took 3 dozen quetiapine with 3 Monster energy drinks. Weird how different it is now, because 2 years ago, back in Nanaimo, I was wearing shorts this time of year. But here back in Winnipeg, there's still snow on the ground. Also, in the month I've been back for, I will admit that I haven't exactly been honest with people about how much I drink. It's been over 24 hours now, and the withdrawals are hitting me. I feel so dizzy and disorientated. I feel like I have to drink just to function at this point. I'm trying to stay sober until Friday at least, because I'm going to a sweat lodge on Friday with my friend. I read that you're supposed to be sober for at least 4 days before a sweat. The most I made it this year was 9 days, but that's just because I was at the CSU, Crisis Stabilization Unit, for a week, so I didn't have the opportunity to drink. It'll be nice to finally finish this video. It's been plaguing my mind for the last couple of months. I might treat myself to a new guitar as a reward for finally finishing this, since I lost mine a month and a bit ago at the airport. Moral of the story, don't drink like 6 glasses of wine and then get off a plane. As a kid, my favorite part about seeing my dad in Toronto was coming home and seeing my mom standing at the bottom of the escalator waiting for me. And I guess I just couldn't handle being sober and seeing nobody there. Sunday, April 13th, 3:43 p.m. I don't know why I want to die so much. I don't know if it's just the alcohol talking, but I have good hobbies. I have great friends. By all logic reasonings, I should want to live. I don't know. Maybe I do, and it's just the depression overshadowing everything. Also, it's interesting how perspective changes things. For example, when drawing, the larger captions helps a lot, but I find when editing that the smaller captions and more artworks helps more. I don't know if that makes sense. I guess I don't really know if any of this makes sense. I hope it all does at some point. Or that all this work isn't for nothing. I'm afraid after I'm done this video, I'll have nothing left to work for. Or I don't know, maybe I'll have new projects to do after this one is done plaguing my mind and thoughts. I'm currently writing this in a bathroom. I don't know, I'll probably go smoke and drink more in the parking lot, because that seems to be what I'm good at these days. Well, that and drinking while walking places. I like drinking alone, because at least that way I can't see people's disappointment in me. I should probably go to rehab at some point. I don't know. I'll probably be super annoying there and constantly make dumb BoJack Horseman references. Rehab was supposed to be a fresh start. I keep thinking I'm not bad enough for that yet, or that I'll be taking up spaces that other people who struggled longer than me can use more. I don't know if that's reality, or just me downplaying my own trauma though. I don't know, maybe I'm just so used to my own shit that I've become desensitized to it. Or if I'm just used to constantly comparing myself to others, that it makes it harder to get help. Because I keep thinking that there are people worse off than me. I hope 23 treats me better than 22. Sorry if this video is too long. I don't know why I made it this long. But I guess thank you to anybody who bothered to watch this long. I guess it'll be kind of cool to watch the gradual progression of my voice getting deeper. As well as my alcoholism, am I right? I don't know. I don't seem to know a lot of things these days. I'm hoping I'll either die before I have to worry about it, or it'll all seem to work itself out in the end one day. Also, the sweat, which was supposed to be a couple days ago, got cancelled, so yes, I did end up drinking again. Hate how much effort it took in me not to drink for these couple of days. Struggled so fucking much in those couple of days being sober. How pathetic is that? I don't know where I'm going with this. I guess with my fears, with how afraid I am with being drunk, and how afraid I am with being sober, and with how afraid I am with how long this goddamn video is going to end up being. My drunken apologies.
Life's alright in Devil Town. They're right, no one's gonna catch us now. Dad has bought a new car now. We're fine, no one's gonna catch us now. You said something dumb again. She's mad, at least that's what they say. Mom and Daddy aren't in love, that's fine, I'll settle for 2 birthdays. Devil Town is colder in the summertime, I'll lose my mind at least another 1,000 times. Hold my hand tight, we'll make it another night. I still get a little scared of something new, but I feel a little safer when I'm with you. Falling doesn't feel so bad when I know you're falling this way too. We're all dead in Devil Town, that's fine, 'cause nothing's gonna scare us now. We're all in our dressing gowns. Mine's white and stripy, yours is green and brown. I forgot my name again. I think that's something worth remembering. Spiders in your favorite shoes, just leave them be, 'cause they're more scared of you. Devil Town is colder in the summertime, I'll lose my mind at least another 1,000 times. Hold my hand tight, we'll make it another night. I still get a little scared of something new, but I feel a little safer when I'm with you. Falling doesn't feel so bad when I know you're falling this way too. Devil Town is colder in the summertime, I'll lose my mind at least another 1,000 times. Hold my hand tight, we'll make it another night. I still get a little scared of something new, but I feel a little safer when I'm with you. Falling doesn't feel so bad when I know you're falling this way too.